First, we want to machine up a billet of steel to get the outside diameter of the camshaft. So what we do is we want a 300 millimeter or 30 centimeter diameter when you wrap the tape measure around circle. So that's 30 centimeters or 300 millimeters divided by 3 equals 10 centimeters. All right, so then you set a compass to 10 centimeters and you put the point on there and you spin it around, and then you've got a 30 centimeter circle. Now we want on our camshaft lobe, we want 10 mil lift, for example. So that's 30 centimeters minus 10 mil equals 29 centimeters. So 29 centimeters divided by 3 is 9.666 centimeters. All right, so you set the compass to that, and then you draw your circle. Now you've got a starting point to start this is your outer circle, 30 centimeters, this is your inner circle, 29 centimeters. Now your lobe is 10 mil high, all right? And what you do, what you need to know is you need to work out the width of the width of the nose of the lobe. So we'll just say 10 centimeters. So we go 10 centimeters, and we want a lobe angle of say, I don't know, well, that's about 30 degrees or 40 degrees. So that's a lobe angle of 40 degrees, for example, and the nose width is 10 centimeters. So you've got to work out the base width to. We already chose we want a nose width of 1 centimeter. All right, and then you've got to work out the base width. So obviously, the wider you go with the base width, the wider, the more the lobe angle of the lobe. All right, at an angle from that's the outer edge of the left hand side of the lobe. We draw a line straight up, and then the nose of the lobe here, and you travel around the circle to that nose where it starts on the left side, and that degrees is actually the lobe angle. All right, and so basically you gotta pick the nose of the lobe, the top of the lobe width, and then you adjust the base from one side of the lobe where it starts to where it finishes, the width to determine the lobe angle that you want. All right, and then what you do, and so the lobe is up here. All right,